2 days ago, the Oregon Ducks were completely dominated by the Baylor Bears in what reserve point guard Peyton Pritchard called a humiliating effort. Nathan Ryan and the other 13.5% of students on campus who partake in 41 club sports teams now are wondering where they'll receive the money they have always gotten from the ASUO for their athletes to be part of a team. Remember last season when Oregon baseball barely finished 500 and missed the postseason? Well, that terrible year might be in the rearview mirror. Eugene Police Lieutenant Eric Klinko does believe that police intervention is a solution. He also believes that rest stops, job fair programs, and housing need to play a vital role. The Ducks were given a 3 seed in the Midwest region by the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee on Sunday. In the Ducks bracket is Purdue, the 4 seed, 2nd seed Louisville, and top-ranked Kansas. After coming into the season with sky-high expectations, the Oregon Ducks have won their 2nd straight Pac-12 championship in an 80-59 demolition of the Oregon State Beavers here in Corvallis. Chapter 49, verse 10 of the Quran, the Holy Book of Islam, states, "Humanity is but a single brotherhood, so make peace with your brethren." Dylan Brooks single-handedly lit up Arizona State Sun Devils for 27 total points, including 12 straight to end the game in a 71-70 win. Now, let's get to the big one. Arizona-Oregon was supposed to be a possible college game day destination, but was instead a complete humiliation of the Wildcats. The Ducks earned a Matthew Knight Arena record 16 threes en route to an 85-58 annihilation. Oregon football is back and under new head coach Willie Taggart for the very first time. But this spring game had the Ducks looking a little different than they did all last season. Defensive coordinator Jim Leavitt appears to be working wonders for Taggart. Team Free allowed only 277 total yards and 11 points to Team Brave in today's game. Just to compare, last season the team allowed around the same number of just passing yards per game. But cornerback Ugo Amadi says the defense can't be happy with their performance quite yet.
Yeah, we're progressing, but we're not there yet. You know, coaches say that to us all the time, and I know if we want to be somewhere at the top tier teams, you know, we still got to put in more effort. And as this week goes by, you know, we still got to come back and put in the extra work.
But Taggart says the improvements can't stop on the defensive end. Although he says Justin Herbert has improved since last season overall, both Taggart and wideout Darren Carrington say the signal caller still needs to progress as a leader for the team.
You look at the great Marcus Mariota. I mean, everybody played for him. Everybody, not only everybody in that room, hell, the entire Duck Nation wanted to play for him and be there for him. That's what we're looking for. That's what we've been missing around here and what we have to get. You know, they have to lead this football team. I can promise you that if a guy can't do that, they won't be the quarterback of this football team. I don't care who they are or how many games they play, but they're going to be a leader on this football team and get everyone to rally behind them.
As the quarterback, he just got to take over our team and know that he's our leader and that he's the guy that we come to. And I think he's growing up from that point. And, I mean, this is his team.
Speaking of Carrington, he feasted on the Team Brave defense. He caught just 4 passes, but 3 of them went for touchdowns, and the last is already in running for Catch of the Year. Even though it's just April, Carrington expects the revamp to continue and for the team to get back to winning very soon.
We definitely got a lot of work to do, but I think we're on the upside right now, and there's no back steps. We're only going up from here. And today was just a little show of what we've been doing all spring, and it's just gonna get better and better.
Now it is just April, but this team appears to be doing something, as Taggart would say, in order to get back on track. They'll have around 4 months to finish their rebuild before Southern Utah comes to town. From Austin Stadium for Duck TV Sports, I'm Armen Araradian. The life of a fighter is usually harsh. Such is the same for University of Oregon freshman Jack Good. Good, a wrestler in high school who was offered scholarships to the top wrestling programs in the nation before he tore his labrum and dislocated his shoulder, is working his way towards becoming an MMA fighter and the next UFC champion of the world. But while most fighters want to step in the octagon for money and fame, Jack is in it for a different reason. For his mother.
My mom was working 3 jobs, and I remember that. In order for me to wrestle, we couldn't afford food. So my mom, she didn't eat for like 3 or 4 days, and she gave me a jar of peanut butter for a week to go out and wrestle. And it's just, my mom did everything possible for me to go out there and have a chance at being successful, and she put me before herself, and no matter what happened, she would put food on the table for me and my sisters and my brother. So that's why I want to be what I want to be and do what I want to do and be successful to take care of her, because she did stuff for me that I don't think anybody else would, and she put herself through a lot of pain and hardships just to be able to give me an opportunity to be successful.
Mixed martial arts is a violent sport that people have died from. But the violence Jack experienced at a young age is not from MMA. Instead, it is what caused him to fall in love with it.
My dad had an affair, maybe multiple, I'm not sure. My dad would go out and do business. Sometimes when he'd get home, like, everybody would find out and be a lot of arguing and screaming, and, you know, sometimes, you know, stuff happened, like, it got physical, stuff like that. Him and my mom, stuff like that, and then, you know, I'd try to get into it and defend my mom. When you're young, you don't know how to handle it, and you're just angry, and you just hate the world, and you want to look for somebody to blame, and you're just mad. But then as I grew up older, I found MMA, and it gave me an opportunity to harness my energy and my anger and put it into something that I could be really good at. I always found a passion in MMA and like a bunch of different martial arts because I always thought about defending my mom. You know, sometimes I was in circumstances where I had to defend my mom and stuff like that, and I always thought about, oh, I don't want anybody to hurt her. For me, it was always about defending the people I care about, and this was the best way I knew how to do it. I can't let her down. I can't, it's just not an option. Like, I would rather die in that ring than lose, and that's just because my mom, I want to be able to give her the life she's always wanted before she passes away, and I guarantee I will.
When he gets back to his home in Los Angeles this summer, Jack will be competing in amateur MMA fights. He continues to wake up at 6 in the morning to train every day at the U of O to be prepared when he gets that phone call from UFC President Dana White. His message: I'm coming for that belt. Don't believe me? Just wait and see. For Duck TV Sports, I'm Armen Araradian. Back to you at the desk. Ever since Mark Helfrich was fired back in November, Oregon football has seen a ton of changes. Willie Taggart was brought in from USF to be the next head coach, along with his staff from all around the country from programs like Alabama and Colorado. Win the Day has been replaced by Do Something, and the program's culture has seen sweeping changes. Players like wideout Darren Carrington have already started to notice the changes.
They definitely instill that new intensity of just butting heads and just having that camaraderie and competing against each other every time.
The new staff hasn't only changed the way they approach their jobs on the field. Taggart staff heavily uses Twitter and other social media to connect with their players and engage with recruits off the field. Taggart himself has even said that he plays a Madden video game with the team. Running back Royce Freeman explains how that helps the team bond.
It just shows them trying to bond with the players, trying to make connections, you know, just trying to be on our level for once. I mean, it's different seeing that from coaches.
Armen Araradian, Oregon News.